This is FCTV, fan-controlled television. Programs created and produced for the fans, by the fans, of fan-controlled sports and entertainment. As always, power to the fans. And now, it's time for the show!
Yo, what is up? Welcome to the Info Arcade Show. It is a brand new year, new me. It's 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Guys, I got to get it out of the way. I haven't seen you guys since last year. It's been a long time.
Boo.
How y'all doing? AJ, Stathead, what's up,
Bad
guys?
joke.
I
Bad
know.
joke.
It's in my dad veins.
It's
I got to
in my
do it.
Dad vein.
My dad veins, man.
We're building dads different this year.
Hey, fun thing happened over the holiday.
Dad tough.
I want to know a lot about what happened over your holiday break, but a fun thing happened to me just yesterday. We added a new member to our family. No, it's not another kid. We added a little fur baby yesterday. So that's kind of fun. In our house, we have a new pet. It's a shepherd pity mix. And we're
Oh,
very
nice.
excited.
So it's gonna be hairy.
She is adorable. Her name is Evie, named by my son after his favorite Pokemon. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Shout out
dude.
to Evie. What up, Evie? Hope
Maybe
you
one of
watch
these
the
days I can
stream.
sneak her up to the studio and like give her pets, and you guys can like wave at her. And
How
bask
many
in her
streams does
cuteness.
Zero watch?
How many
The
what
Zero-
did Zero watch?
How many streams does Zero watch? Is Zero a supporter of the show?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. Hey,
I genuinely, I don't think she watches anything, man. Like this dog, every so often do I see her staring at the screen, and then it's for like 4 seconds. The only time legitimately she's ever watched something was Nightmare Before Christmas, and that's because they were calling her name. So,
oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Freddie Airmail said we should do a fan vote to see how Evie will evolve. Maybe
What kind
later.
of dog she will become? We're gonna
Hey,
mega
so
evolve your dog.
before we get into the show, we have a really fun show today lined up. We're doing a 2022 in review, the top 10 best and top 10 worst sports moments of 2022. We have all brought a list. We're going to talk about our top 10s individually, and then you, the fans at home, are going to help us vote on what you think the list should be organized in terms of ranks 10 to 1. So, but first, what did I miss?
Oh, I'm just laughing at the one student that didn't do the homework.
Oh, yeah. happens.
Hey, man.
Hey,
My fiance legitimately hates the fact that she saw me before every class doing literally the class before doing the homework for the next class. So
nice.
I'm notorious for doing that. And I still was on honor roll. Don't ask me how, but
On
Hey.
brand. It's on brand.
Real quick before we get into sports news and before we go into our 2022 in review, tell me, guys, how was your Christmas? How was your holidays? How was New Year's? Let me know. Anything eventful?
What can I talk about on stream? That's the real question. Is what can I say
good
on
answer.
here that won't get me in trouble? I had Christmas. That was nice. I spent that with the family.
Nice.
Got some cool. I graduated over the holidays.
Yes, you did.
Congratulations.
That happened.
Fathead.
I have a degree now.
Dude, you do.
I don't know how.
You did
Much
it.
like AJ, I don't know how I got here, but I'm here.
Dude, you did.
Had a
don't
New
ask
Year's
questions.
Party. The New Year's party was fun. We were very safe.
Nice. AJ.
Get away
no.
from me.
I was it was a fun holidays. I did Thanksgiving with my family in New York, and then we went to see my fiance's family afterwards, and then for Christmas we flip-flopped it. So
Okay.
we ended up seeing my parents first because we went to Vegas, and we ended up seeing Hey, let's
I was
go.
about to say, I was waiting for
Yeah,
you,
I
but I was
gotta.
like, shout out to Mo. In the
Yeah,
chat.
Mo Thomas in the chat.
Love
Arguably one of the best wide receivers in the league this year.
This is a promo. This is a promo stream.
It's a very promo stream.
Very promo stream.
But going back to the question, I went to Vegas, saw David Blaine in one of his only 8 shows ever that he's gonna do. Great
Nice.
show. Also, shout out to Craft D, one of my Twitch followers that switched over. Appreciate it.
Nice. Welcome.
Yeah, and then saw my parents after Vegas, then spent the actual Christmas holiday with my family-in-law, my fiance's family, and it was fun, man. I got
Nice,
to hang
dude.
out with my future niece and make some memories with them, and it was a good time.
One of many more to come, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's great, dude. Well, awesome. Well, hey, I'm glad we got that fun out of the way. Got to talk about our holidays. We missed all of you guys at home, but it's good to break away, from getting to do the show that we love to do, to go spend time with our families. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to do that and for us to go and lose our voice like I did. But we still had a good time. Anyway, we are back tonight. We got a really fun show for you. Well, we're going to go ahead and start off with our normal first up segment, talk about our breaking news. Let's get it started right now.
Let's go.
All right, let's go with the number one story on the headlines that no one wants to read at all. If you watch Monday Night Football, you know we're about to talk about Bills Bengals were unable to complete their game last night. It was a game that no one cared to play or win after the incident that happened because, quite frankly, there's some things that are just a little bit more important than sports, and that is our humanity and our livelihood. And last night, Bills safety Damar Hamlin had a cardiac event on the field. He actually collapsed, and it's not something we've ever seen in the likes of American football. It actually did happen in soccer a couple years ago with Christian Eriksen in a match.
Happened in hockey a couple years back too.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to see, but it does always kind of bring you back to a reality check of, man, like, yeah, these are athletes doing something that they love, but there's a risk in the game that they love and what they do too. It's not something that a lot of people really think about. And you have a 24-year-old healthy athletic guy now that is in critical condition. No one has heard on when or if the Bills game is going to be resumed with the Bengals. They're currently saying that it's not going to take place this week. We don't know if it's ever going to be finished or replayed or what. We don't know. Quite frankly, though, like to a lot of people, that's kind of the least of their concerns.
Yeah.
But we did want to talk about it here on the show because I know it's kind of everywhere. It's being talked about. And I think it's super, super important to address because one of the things that we witnessed last night was something we've never seen in the sports world, not like this, where literally everything stops and the entire world turns its attention to a young athlete like Hamlin, and immediately their thoughts and prayers go with their families. It's not very common to see that unity. And honestly, if there is any beautiful moment that would come out of something so tragic as this event, it's that. But I wanted to get your take, guys, on just the game itself. Do you think the NFL is going to pick it up? What do you think the best steps are to do from here moving forward? We don't really have any updates on Damar Hamlin. As of this time, he's still in the hospital in Cincinnati in critical condition. And they are saying that his foundation, Chasing M's, has raised $4.4 million on GoFundMe, which is another beautiful aspect of show of support for Hamlin and his charitable contributions. But guys, what do you think we should do here moving forward? What does the NFL do? What do the Bills and Bengals organizations do? I'd love to know what you think.
Well, I've been following this, and there's a great there's a great doctor, sports medicine guy on YouTube that kind of broke down that hit because
Mhm.
it's not like a traditional hit that everybody gets up in arms about. It's not a helmet to helmet hit. His shoulder hit him right here, right where the heart
Mhm.
is. And so what it could be, now please don't take this as I'm saying it is, I don't know. I'm not in the hospital. But what it could be is he got hit just as his heart was completing a cycle of pumping.
Yep.
And if it's hit a specific time, it sends you into cardiac arrest.
It's called comotio cordis.
Yeah.
It's a very rare condition that they're saying it could be, but no one knows yet.
I that's scary. I didn't know
Yeah.
that existed, but regardless, this is not like I think the Bengals and the Bills handle it well.
I
Both
agree.
of them saying going home, this is bigger. Stephon Diggs going to the hospital to see him. From a fan's perspective, one, obviously we don't want injuries. We don't want anyone getting hurt. This is a sport we love. But I think
Right.
it's a reality check for players of the danger of the sport. And then I think it's a reality check for fans and how much we talk a lot of trash about players. We talk a lot of crap about players. And Ryan Clark, I think, said it best of now's the time to your favorite fantasy player, your favorite player on your team, whoever, show them some love because things like this can just happen. And I don't know enough about sports safety on how to prevent things like this happening. This is just something that I think comes with the game.
Yeah.
I think, my optimistic outlook, I think DeMar is going to be okay. I don't think he's going to play for the rest of the season, but I think he'll pull through. The last update they gave was he was originally on 100% oxygen. He's now on 50. I think he's going to pull through and get better, but I think, in terms of what to do, I'm a Patriots fan. I don't want a forfeit win. I would rather lose with pride than snatch a W from tragedy.
Right.
Like if the Bills can't play, we let them not play. And like I'll take a tie, I'll take an L. I don't care.
Right.
I would rather football go about when we've all had time to get through this, especially the Bills. Especially the Bills. I don't think it's fair on the players to just put them back in that environment that they just saw their brother go down.
Yeah.
Like there's a mental aspect to it, and they're all now like even the Bengals are now survivors of a traumatic event. They need to deal with that. That's a reality check for them, and I happily as a fan would rather see no football and all the players recover than force football back in. It's bigger than that.
AJ, what do you think, man?
I mean, I think you guys, covered most of it, but the biggest point that I want to flex is, someone's health, their livelihood, and their life is more important than a game of football. You guys both said it already, but these guys go out and risk their lives every time they step out on that field. And, as much as we as fans get upset about it, we have to also realize that that's the case. Like there's I understand you guys can think that these guys are like, getting overpaid for like doing what they do. But, this is an inherent risk of dying like on the field. Like it's not very, every day that it can happen, but it can happen. And this kind of puts it all into a realization. It shows you how short life is and that, every day is precious. So I just think it's a wake up call to fans and to everybody really to just, like Kyle said, go shout out your favorite player, let them know what's going on. And, at the end of the day, it's not worth somebody's life.
Yeah.
For that. So
I guess my only question is this, is that do we even see football this weekend? I do think it would be totally normal for them to say, hey, we're going to scrap all football activity this week. And I think that'd be permissible. Imagine if, like what happened with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was retired whenever that incident happened. But imagine if he was still in the league when a tragic accident happened, either on or off the field with a major player. In this case, it happened on the field in one of the biggest games of the year in front of millions of people watching. And it's, to me, it's one of those things. It's like you said, it's an eye-opening thing. So the question is what does the NFLPA and what does the NFL organization do in response to moving forward the season? Do they reschedule some things around? Do we have some time off? And then do we come back together on some rush weeks to make sure that the Super Bowl is still being played the weekend that it's set for? Do they move some things around? Like, what does that look like? We don't know. But we're going to be following this more like all of you. But our thoughts and prayers are with DeMar and his family and the Bills organization and all of those that are affected, because it's serious and it's just downright terrible to see, especially in a guy at 24 years of age. But unfortunately, like, this was the game that came off of an incredible football weekend. Like, this was one of the best football weekends we've had in a long time. And then it ended with that. But we're going to go to some of the best moments of this week with New Year's Eve college football playoffs. We saw probably the two best semifinal games I've ever seen since the college football playoff system has been implemented. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Horned Frog fan. I'm saying it because both games had me on the edge of my seat for every moment of that game. Whether I was watching Ohio State take on Georgia, or I was watching TCU and Michigan, that both games were so exciting. And we got to watch, a crazy upset in TCU beating Michigan. TCU again showing that they are a force to be reckoned with. And while nobody thinks they have a shot, that it just goes to show they play the game for a reason. I'm excited to see them take on the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs inning, like, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. Georgia was about to lose to a field goal. The ball literally hooks at midnight on New Year's Eve. Like, as the ball drops, so does the kick, and it's a miss. I think Georgia's hopes are alive. Like, you can't make it up.
I think all of Atlanta was just praying that, I think they put all their energy towards, like, the Georgia Bulldogs after 2016. I think they were like, if we're going to choke in the NFL, we're not going to do that in two sports, baseball and college. All right. Yeah. Like, they've been really good since that. I think, like, Georgia is a powerhouse. It just, you gotta call it what it is. Georgia's a powerhouse. They got like 40 guys on that team that are NFL ready. Ohio State, I think they got pro ready guys, but I feel bad for the kicker, man. That boy shanked it, and I don't know how he's gonna come back. I hope he's okay.
Dude, for real though. But like, both okay. Let's walk it through. Let's start with TCU, Michigan. Anything that stand out to you guys in that game?
Yeah. Well, there's a player missing on the Michigan side.
Yeah.
I think Blake Corum would have absolutely, like, on that first play when they were talking about how Michigan makes a lot of big plays and then immediately, boom, big run. I think if Blake Corum was there, it would have been a much harder game. But I think the fact that it still was a hard-fought game, I'm happy TCU won. TCU Georgia is going to be a great title game, I think.
Yeah,
you got a team that can't lose versus a team that just wants it.
Yeah,
they want it bad,
dude. And look at Michigan, super talented team, but again, it's why they play the games. Like, you could tell that they were off that night, and like, the one thing I was seeing on, and I found this funny on Twitter, was everyone's like, "Oh yeah, this is a typical Big 12, Big 10 matchup right here. No defense being played whatsoever." Highest scoring Fiesta Bowl game of all time. But then whenever they flipped over to the Georgia Bulldogs taking on Ohio State, dude, they were pretty high scoring too. It just goes to show the offensive prowess and defensive prowess, because there were defensive touchdowns on both sides, like, but in both games. It just goes to show, like, these are competitive teams. Doesn't matter. You name the opponent. They're going to go in there. Doesn't matter if it's David versus Goliath, or if it is two equal Muhammad Ali style matchups going head to head. It doesn't matter. They're going to eliminate the opponent either way. That's their goal. And I got to say, that Georgia showed me one thing that was super scary. And that was they don't give up. They were down how bad? Like, they were down how bad? And yet they just kept pushing. They kept fighting. They said, we are the national championships winners from last year. We know who we are. We are champions through and through. We are fighting our way back into this. And they did. And man, holy cow. Incredible. AJ, what stood out to you? And Josh McCouga, welcome to the chat. Happy New Year, sir.
Oh my God. It's Josh McCouga.
I'm just glad he got his Twitter back. That was a funny couple weeks there. What stood out to me? The Georgia Bulldogs aren't gonna lose. That's what stood out to me. TCU's had a great year. I'm gonna give it to them. I'm a fan of TCU, but yeah, they don't got a chance. It's the Bulldogs.
You're such a villain.
I'm not a villain.
You're a villain. That's what it is.
I'm a realist. Okay, that's what people don't like to understand. Okay, people
All I
call
can
me
say
a
is this.
villain. I'm a realist. All right, they don't
Next
like when
Monday.
I come in and say that the Apes are going to be the best team. We were the best team this year. We were just injured field on the last game. Now, I speak the truth, and the truth is this: TCU, good luck, more power to you. But you're going up against a team who already won it. They know what it's like to be on that stage. You guys are the Cinderella story that is just waiting to explode into a pumpkin. So your pumpkin moment, midnight is coming. Your pumpkin moment is here, and the Georgia Bulldogs are going to win it. I'm sorry.
All right.
Are you going to get
Here's the thing.
Cinderella story toy?
Do we want to put a wager on this, AJ?
Oh, God.
That's
I mean,
the question.
I'm
Because-
just waiting for you to lose our fantasy this year. so
Yeah,
you can-
I'm also like, let's not go
I
over the
want
fact that
I want info to lose.
me and AJ are in a game only I care about. Like,
Yeah,
let's be
I
real.
don't care
I only give a shit about this game. However, our illustrious host is battling for his life to not do one of the challenges that we've listed.
If I lose, it doesn't matter. I still have a better record.
No,
if you lose,
if you
you're-
lose,
yeah.
you're the loser. You're last
You're the
place.
loser. You're last
Really?
place. Yep.
Even if I
Yeah.
have a better record?
Yep.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I'm winning
that
right now.
unicorn costume.
And
is
I've got
looming
2
over his
players
head.
on the Bills that are on that team. We'll see how it goes. But
I think
that's
it's 2
besides the point.
weeks too.
We'll
Yep,
get to
we go
fantasy.
into
Hey.
week 18.
We will get into fantasy football here in a little bit. We'll talk about that. But we might have a wager for next week's national championship game. That is going to be on Monday night. Follow us on Twitter. Follow the chaos, the controversy at InfoArcadeFCF, at KS Realm Kyle, at King Kyle. We're going to be probably talking about the game all night on Twitter. It's going to happen. So make sure you tune in, watch the game. It's going to be exciting no matter what. Dude, it's probably the only time I will ever get to see my Frogs in the national championship game. So I'm going to enjoy it.
I'm pulling
I'm
for
enjoying
the
it.
Frogs all the
Good
way.
luck.
Wait, FCS Natty is on Sunday, not Monday? I thought it was on the 9th.
Is that FCS
It's on the
or
9th.
FBS?
FCS
why I
Natty
can't
is on not on
stand-
Sunday. It's on the 9th, which is Monday.
I can't stand college
Right?
football because of the way
FCS.
it's organized.
Oh, FCS, not FBS.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
I don't know who's in the FCS.
Okay.
Why don't we
leave it to Freddie Airmail to fill us up with more action than we have time for. Let's go ahead and move into our hot button topic for tonight. Going into our sports topic. This is a real special one. This is a one-off. We're not going to ever do this again this year. This is our 2022 in review, and I can't wait to dive into it because it's going to be really, really good. So here's how this is going to work. Are you ready, gentlemen? Everyone in the chat, are you ready? We each have 10 topics that we have brought, and we are going to be creating a list of our top 10 and not top 10 for 2022. And we need you at home to help us figure it out so we can rank them in order. What we have is not necessarily in order. They are just 10 items, 10 bullet point items that we're going to try to put together in a rank from number 10 all the way to number 1. So here we go. Without further ado, this is the Info Arcade 2022 in review. All right, boys. Are we ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Starting with our top 10 here.
Okay.
All right, here's what we got. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I just this graphic is still there. Okay, there it goes.
Oh, yeah, there.
I was like, oh, is my computer frozen for a second? Sorry. Freaked me out. Okay. Here's one of my top 10 topics.
Okay.
It's probably not one that you would expect, but we had a really interesting moment earlier this year. It actually took place during the FCF season.
Oh.
And this wasn't FCF related, but it was a huge David Goliath moment. In the Kentucky Derby,
Oh my God.
80-1 long shot bet, Rich Strike wins the race on the final curve, final turn, passes through the field, and wins the Kentucky Derby, a complete nobody, a last minute addition, but pulls off the W. Why do I bring that up? Because that's exactly what TCU is going to do next week during the national championship. But more so, dude, I mean, come on. That race was just unbelievable. And to be fair, the reason I know this, the reason I know all about this is because I was talking to the one and only, the co-host to the beautiful Freddie Stat Go podcast. And that was Freddie Airmail. And I was talking to him, and he bet money on that horse to win, and he won.
Golly.
Fun fact.
I didn't know that.
So I think that deserves to be in the top 10 somewhere. Just saying. All right, you guys throw in a top 10 moment. What's
All
your
right,
top 10
just
moment for
any?
you? Any of your top 10 moments, because we're gonna roll through them and we're gonna create a master list.
I think I see one I'll throw out is kind of a two-parter.
Okay.
A little bit of it's USFL's first season, but I don't care about that because what did USFL's first season do? It propelled our boy Cavante Turpin to getting a 3-year deal with the Cowboys.
Hey,
that's what I care about.
I like that.
And he just made his Pro Bowl first time.
Dude.
So like I like that as a top 10 moment for me.
That's great. That's good, dude. AJ, do you have a top 10 moment you want to throw at us?
No.
It wasn't a very eventful year, but I guess Shaun White's last run in the
Oh
Olympics.
yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That was good. That was it.
Yeah.
That was really good. Yeah, I love Shaun White, man.
He was very instrumental in bringing that sport to the forefront, and the Flying Tomato taking his last run. To me, it was pretty epic.
Dude, it's so crazy. We had the World Cup and the Winter Olympics this year, and oh my gosh,
we had a lot of
World Cup
retire.
World Cup finals are in my top 10.
They're in my top 10.
Very, very top.
They're number one for me.
You think so? I think they have a shot. That was probably one of the most competitive games of soccer I've seen.
It was down to the wire, back and forth, blow for blow, and
extra time, then penalties.
It was intense. That was the first soccer game I've ever watched front to back.
Dude, it was awesome.
And
it was incredible.
Hell of a game.
And then Messi winning his World Cup.
Yeah.
Right, in that fashion. Beating the former champions. I don't know. TCU is going to do that this week. They're going to beat the former champions too. Messi and Argentina beat the Frenchmen. I mean, I'm just saying. It's starting to look a little bit one-sided. So the World Cup's me. AJ, you go next.
That doesn't even make sense. It's starting to look one-sided just because, what?
I mean, there's just a lot of signs. There's the writing's on the wall. Okay,
writing is on the wall.
You know what? I'm just gonna enjoy your tears once Georgia wins. And
if you guys have top 10 moments, by the way, watching at home, let us know. What are some of your top 10 sports moments? Drop them in the chat while we're talking about it.
Smack them in there. Well, yeah,
they might make the list.
I guess the Apes being the first to clinch their playoff and being a dominant team in the FCF season. That's a top 10 for me.
Ape Nation, baby.
I have
Let's
a
go.
great follow up to that one. The Zappers beating the Bored Apes in the FCF
See, that's a
championship.
non-top 10.
That's the
That-
top.
That's a
That
on
was
my-
so good.
That's on my not top 10 list.
That was
That's on
was
my
great
not
for a
top
number of
Hey.
reasons.
You know, another FCF one, but not kind of, sort of. The day the XFL draft happened and all of
Oh.
our boys got picked up by the Orlando Guardians, that was a top
Say
10
what you want
sports
in the
moment for me.
FCF. If you're an FCF stan, we're rolling Orlando, baby. We are
Yep.
rolling Orlando with a couple other teams because we got some other players going places, but like mainly Orlando.
We're going to be rocking some Orlando Guardians jerseys.
Oh yeah, I mean, I might have an Arlington one, but for family reasons.
We're going to burn that.
No, I like my uncle. Stop it.
Okay. I said Orlando Guardians. Stathead, you got.
I said it's back to AJ. I said the championship.
Oh, I'd go with hoops. The championship's not top 10. I'm
Ooh.
sorry, man.
That's top 10. That's
the-
a great,
no.
It was a great game.
Hoops getting announced.
yeah,
that
who's
your
getting
top 10?
announced? Yeah.
That's good. Are you guys ready for that, dude? Like, okay. So can I tease? Can I tease a little bit?
I don't.
I signed an
know.
NDA, so I
I
can't
don't
say too
know.
much. But
Can you?
we've been having some captain's calls. Okay, some of the fan leaders behind the scenes. We've been talking about some hoops, and boys, we're gonna have a dope product. That is going to be one of the most entertaining sports ventures we have ever seen.
I love that you
So
drew them
good.
in. You're like, can I say something? And we're thinking that you're gonna say something, and you're just like, guys, it's gonna be great. Yeah, of course you could say that. The NDA is not gonna get mad at you.
I know. That's the
saying
point.
it's
I
gonna
don't want to
be
get
good.
fired. Josh McCouga's in the chat. I
Josh
don't want
is
to
in
lose
the-
my job.
That's why I was
okay?
like, where are you going with this? Because Josh is in the chat right now.
Gosh, I don't want to lose my job. All right. Okay. Hoops is a good one. AJ, I love that. Is it back to you, Stat? Is it your turn?
Yeah, probably. Leah Thomas becoming the first known transgender Division I champion in swimming. That was
Okay.
really great. I liked that moment a lot. I'm
Uh,
always here for the barrier breakers, people that are the first to do something.
you know who else was the first to do something?
Yeah,
Steph Curry won the inaugural Kobe Bryant
Kobe
MVP.
Bryant MVP. Yep.
That's what I got. Steph Curry. AJ, got one.
Was it this year that CM Punk? Wait, let me. I'm gonna say this. MJF getting his title is worthy of a moment for me.
Yeah.
Dude's an asshole, but he's great. He's
Well,
a
I mean,
good
he's
asshole.
supposed to be an asshole,
Yeah, exactly.
and he's one of
So,
the best ass. I'd love to see either a rivalry or a team up between him and the Miz, like two of the best on the mic.
That's never gonna happen. But
No,
hey.
I think MJF's the better performer wrestler, though.
That would
Yeah,
draw a
that's
big,
true.
big crowd, though.
It would be just to get to the two of them to do something. That'd be
Yeah.
huge.
Well, it'd just be funny to see them shit on each other. Excuse me.
Yeah, honestly,
that's
that-
my
that-
only curse word.
yeah,
PG-13.
we used it for the episode. We can't
it
use
for the
anymore.
ear. Use it for the ear. First
There it is.
episode. It's been scratched.
Done.
We did it.
We did it.
We
Oh.
did it.
Let's see.
Oh, my voice is shot.
I mean, it'd be like that sometimes.
Isn't that 10 already? We've all gone 3 times. That's
Oh no.
that's
We got more.
Yeah, we got more.
We're gonna,
We were each
we're gonna
supposed to
shrink our
have-
list of
we-
like 30.
We were each supposed to have a top 10.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see. Christian Pulisic busting a nut for America.
For
Bleeding
America. He did
bleeding
it
red,
for
white, and blue.
America.
Literally bleeding red, white, and blue. He did that. And I think if there's ever a thing that we want America to be known for, it's losing a testicle.
Oh man. FCF Beast Mafia, we might be saving that for the not top 10. Because we're doing the top 10 right now, but that definitely deserves to be on the not top 10.
Oh,
So the Russell Wilson Let's Ride debacle.
like the motto or just Russell Wilson?
Maybe just all of it. Yeah. We'll talk about it.
think all of that is-
Was that trade? Did that trade happen this year? It did.
And it
that
did
could be
happen
a
in
not top 10.
2022. It happened at the off season. That was a big deal.
Okay. Freddie says, I never want to hear you giving me that mental image so enthusiastically ever again. That's what he says. Now Kyle, I'm gonna need you to do that on the podcast. Give him that mental image.
100%.
And
What do you
all the
think?
listeners.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say the other Christian from soccer, not Pulisic, Christian Eriksen. We talked about how it's crazy. We just witnessed this thing with DeMar Hamlin, cardiac arrest. Christian Eriksen had a cardiac arrest in 2021. 9 months later, returns to the soccer pitch in 2022 this year with Denmark, his national team. First touch to the ball, scores a goal on his first game back. Huge moment. And I got that in my top 10 as a sports fan, as a humanity fan. It was beautiful. Top 10. So,
AJ, what you got?
AJ, you got another one?
I'm gonna go with Georgia winning the national championship.
There you go.
Georgia winning the Natty.
That was a good game. That was a
Dude,
really
it was
good
close. I went back and I'm reading through the year in review stuff, like to get some ideas. I forgot how close that game was.
Yeah,
I forgot.
it's a good game.
And Alabama was a surefire favorite to win because of their prestige, but
And they didn't.
Georgia
And they
showed up,
didn't.
man. Yeah, you know who
Just
else?
like TCU isn't gonna win this.
They're not the
weekend.
favorite though. And you know who
But,
is?
hey.
Georgia, and Georgia got up. Georgia upset the favorite last year, so I'm just saying it can be
So-
repeated.
Yeah, so that just means Georgia's gonna win again. There it is. Yeah, there it
This
is.
is gonna be all week, guys. Just follow us on Twitter. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
100%.
Aaron Judge breaking that home run record in the AL.
What's funny?
Yeah, Yankee,
Yankee.
not top
What?
10.
I actually have Aaron Judge
Guys,
in my
think of
not top
all-
10.
Think of all the football games that we were trying to watch in August and September.
That's why I have it on
that
my
they
not top
pulled
10.
away.
Not top 10. Yeah, not top 10. Yeah, it's a not
Okay.
top 10. right?
Broadcasting
That's
ruined a
fair.
beautiful moment because they
Broadcasting
just,
killing us. All right, Stat, your turn.
I'm gonna throw out the greatest game, the greatest night, the greatest sporting event that I went to live this year and saw in person.
Okay.
And it was a beautiful moment that I shared with AJ. And it's when Aoki upset the Knights. And it was beautiful. Everything about that game, perfect. Honestly, both games.
Oh.
But like the one where oh God, which one was it? You know the one I'm talking about. It wasn't the playoff one. I think it was the one before that. It was
I
beautiful.
bet.
I got
bet.
so messed up that night. It was so perfect. Everything was
You
just
got really
amazing.
drunk.
It was awesome. They won and beat the Knights, and that's all that I wanted, and it
And knocked the
happened.
Knights out
All
of
right.
the playoffs.
Ugh.
Another FCF moment that was so awesome. Knights meeting the Apes for the first time in the regular season.
That was explosive.
That was the best game of all time in
I
the
honestly-
FCF.
Well, both games were, but like,
And we were there, gentlemen, and my voice sounded like this by the end of
Oh,
the
yeah.
night. It was so loud. It was legit.
Apes won both, right?
I was gonna say the second one for me was better.
The second one was better. The second one was way better.
To had just been traded. Everybody was hype on the Knights. Everybody.
No,
was
that's what I'm
saying-
talking about. I'm talking about that. This is the second matchup.
That was the second matchup. You said the first one.
I
was
meant
gonna say,
I meant the one I was at. The one
the
I was at
second one
first.
to me was the one that was the best one, just
This is
because
the second one.
That
Tio,
was
the
the one
Tio
Tio
trade
got
just
traded.
happened. Yes.
there's a lot of inner
Dude.
owner shit talking.
that
Up,
room
that's my
was
second one. It's now
crazy.
R.
Dude, $1. Put it in the jar.
Put it in the jar.
I don't have one. So
There
it is. I'm just
We're
gonna
gonna
get a
have
call
a
from
swear
Josh
jar
being like,
Venmo.
stop it, AJ.
If you
Listen,
guys would like
If
to,
Josh is still watching, at any point, Josh could call.
if you guys
You
would like to
just
pay,
genuinely pop in and just like,
dude,
hey, knock it off.
we should add a swear jar to the show,
No,
and then
that's
people
not.
can Venmo to it, so that we
We
can do
should- we
giveaways and things with
We
the
should
money.
just have.
I don't
wait,
have
we do.
Venmo, so there's an issue.
We should give Jim the quick like.
Get a bigger jar.
Josh-
Amen.
We have a Josh McCuga censor bleep, and if Jim wants that, wait, it's
it is.
just Josh's voice going beep.
No,
It's not a
way.
joke. I have it. And like, listen, if we got a Josh McCuga censor beep AJ, we can do it.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. That's great.
Oh.
I think I'm ahead of you guys. So y'all go.
Oh,
Do
I have
another
4
one.
left. How many
I
do
have
you have?
like 2 left,
We
maybe.
should all have 4 left.
I have like 2 left.
We're not even at the worst yet.
I have,
Albert
like, 2
Pujols
left.
makes it into the 700 club.
There you go.
Okay. The town or city, I'm gonna say city of Philadelphia losing twice, 2 national championships in one day. That was not top 10. That was a good top 10
And
moment
their
for
undefeated
me.
streak broke 2 days later.
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
days. Big. That's your
Yeah,
top?
that's a not top 10 though.
No, that's a top for me. I don't like Philly fans.
He's like, screw it. Jackson
So it's top.
Jackson Erdman, Dirty Dude, winning a second championship over in Europe. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
The Knights getting knocked out of the play.
We already said that one, but yes.
No, but it counts as another one because it was just the game itself great.
There's not anyone
then-
bitter here with the Knights at all.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter. Everybody says it's a rivalry, and to be a rivalry, you got to win a game.
Yeah,
Every
true.
time. You're an instigator. That's you're not a villain. You're an instigator.
Okay,
I like to poke a bear.
Russian tennis player Andrei Rublev writes "No war, please" on TV camera lens. I put this in my top 10 sports moment because I just thought, again, was another beautiful moment where people were trying to put humanity above sports. Guy goes out his way, risk everything to write his beliefs on a camera. Like,
Yep.
I just thought that was a really powerful moment. Deserved to be top 10.
St. Peter's and their run into the Elite Eight. And I know they didn't win, but that whole run of the first 15 seed to make it into the Elite Eight in March Madness, that's insane.
Yeah, that whole run was crazy. And Coach K makes it to the Final Four and then retires after his loss there.
Yep.
His retirement's crazy. Dude, I think we've got quite a list there.
I got one last one.
Okay.
I also have one last one.
You want to go?
You guys pitch him one more.
I mean, listen, mine, I've been screaming about this league forever because I love it. The Women's Football Alliance, my team, the Boston Renegades, win their 4th straight title, and the title game for the first time is aired on ESPN2. And the jersey, I think, from the game is in the National Football Hall of Fame.
That's awesome.
So big year for them.
I'm gonna go with my last one is same thing that you said, risking their life, putting the fact that like human life is more important than sports. I'm gonna go with Elnaz Rakepi, the Iranian rock climber that took off her hijab, as you guys call it. There's a bunch of different sayings for it, but her headscarf, and even though she knew she was going to be persecuted, potentially lose her life, go to jail, she still did it anyway to prove a point and to stand up for women's rights in Iran. I thought that was a big moment. It shows us that, sports can bring us together, but there are things that are bigger than sports out there. And especially to shine a light on what's going on over there, I thought it was an important moment.
I think I see why you whenever you did the homework late, you still got honor roll. I think we just
figured it out.
That's the moment right there. It's like you
beautiful.
pulled so much out of your butt, and then you had one really good one, and you're like,
let me end it with that one.
All right, guys, so we're gonna make a top 10 list. We're gonna go through. We're gonna turn those into top 10. We're gonna vote on what it makes and rank it. We're not going to be able to do not top 10 this week. We're going to push that to next week. What do you guys think? Do not top 10 next week?
A lot of them are American football related. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I have 2 that are not.
Do we just want to read them as honorable mentions, but not make a list?
We can. Sure. There's a lot.
All right, let's go through it. We'll just go through it real fast.
I'll speed through my.
You give your not top 10, and then I'll give my not top 10.
Number 10. Ready?
And I'll give my not.
Zach Wilson falling off. That's just a Jets quarterback. That's why it's 10. 9. Tua Tagovailoa's poor concussion protocol.
I had that one.
Let the guy breathe. 8. Aaron Judge interrupts multiple broadcasts in hope that he will crack 70. It was annoying. the Bengals and Rams joint practice brawl, where Aaron Donald dual-fisted helmets, ready to swing. Not great for the sport. Michigan State
Choose
versus
your
Michigan brawl. Not great for the sport.
I had that one too.
Antonio Brown running out, which I learned prior to this stream happened in
I had that one.
2022. The butt punt.
had
Only
that
about
one.
a moment because it was bad.
It was
Still
literally a
funny.
bottom moment.
Le'Veon Smith getting kicked out of the USFL because he wanted pizza over chicken salad. Davion, not Le'Veon, excuse me. Han Neiman getting banned from competitive chess playing for cheating after he beat the previous world champion. That brought chess in the public eye for like a couple of weeks, which I was like, damn, you have to really mess up. And then finally, number one for me was Mike Leach passing. That's not fun. That's not a great moment. And, RIP to really
One of the legends.
one of the legends. And honestly, college football, I know you need a 600 to be voted into the Hall of Fame. Mike Leach is at like a 587. Put him in. Just put the guy in.
Okay, so you had several of mine on there. I'm going to read the ones that I didn't have or shared with you. Apes lose the People's Championship to the Zappers.
Awesome.
Terrible.
Brady gets left not once but twice.
Ha! Ha! That's a top 10 for me.
He got left by his boy in January, and then he got left by his wife whenever he decided to return to lady football. Who knew that football could be a mistress? We all found out that day. Philadelphia lose 2 championships in 3 days.
Yep.
Yeah. Phillies
That
and
was
Union.
top
Oof.
10. I'm sorry. That was a top 10. Great moment. Great
Colts
moment in history for me.
Colts blow it as Vikings complete the largest NFL comeback in history.
I just want to point out Matt Ryan led both squads.
I still think Matt Ryan's a great quarterback. I just think he's got bad luck.
I don't think he's a good quarterback. I love the man.
Denny Hamlin, NASCAR racer, passed by his own tire and raced off pit road.
Ooh.
Literally was driving. They didn't have the tire on all the way, and it comes off, and it literally beats him down pit road.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty great. That one's in there for a peanut, if anyone sees him. Caleb Williams wins the Heisman. What a joke. That clown lost the conference championship. He lost the spot in the college football playoff, and now he's lost the Sugar Bowl. So well done, Heisman Trophy Committee. You should have given it to you should have given it to Mr. Max Duggan, the future MVP of the college football national championship, because it's going to happen when they win next week.
You're so wrong. It should go to the man that led a team to
I'll give it to you. Bennett definitely deserves it. Deserved it the year before for sure. I'm surprised they didn't pick him this year as a shoo-in, but
they should have.
Any not top 10s missing from those two lists that are on yours, AJ?
Yeah, I have a couple. Literally, it's just wrestling though. I'm gonna say AEW Brawlout. It's not good to see CM Punk and the EVPs and Young Buck and Kenny Omega fight backstage. That's not cool. Those guys are leading the new generation, and then you should get along, especially if you're like the EVPs of the thing. CM Punk leaving AEW because of that. And then the last one, the New Day to NXT.
Yeah.
Why? The New Day is probably the best tag team in all of wrestling right now. And
it feels like a ratings move.
It honestly probably, but like as somebody who loves wrestling, hates WWE, for me to say that they are the best tag team, along with Big E, like, come on, you got to keep those guys at least in Raw. If you're not putting them in SmackDown,
they could have them fight the Usos again.
That and Sasha Banks, Mercedes Valendo, not getting her contract back at WWE after all these other people did. I think that's terrible. But hopefully
she walked out, right?
AEW. No, they she did walk out. Her and Naomi walked out.
Yeah, they walked out.
So that wasn't a great moment for the world of wrestling, but I'm hoping that she comes over to AEW. She'd be great for Jade Cargill to lose her title too. I would love to see Sasha Banks come back and take that from her. Girl is 46-0. Somebody needs to end that. She is the female Roman Reigns, and I don't like it. I don't like Roman Reigns. I don't like undefeated people. It bothers me.
It bothers me.
Undertaker.
You know,
Undertaker's
you
the
know,
only one
you
that's
know,
allowed to be undefeated.
you know who's
Makes
undefeated
sense.
that bothers me? Georgia Bulldogs.
I'm just saying. They
Does
need to win.
does that bother you? Does that
No, it
bother
doesn't. It doesn't.
you?
They're like the
Right.
Undertaker. They deserve to be undefeated. They've put in the work.
Okay.
They're like the Undertaker.
I
All
feel
right.
like Roman Reigns put in the work. What do you mean?
So
saying.
I'm working this final top 10 list. I've got all of our stuff put in there, except for AJ's. I'm missing a few of AJ's.
It's okay.
What was the last one that you said? That I think that one deserves to be top 10 for sure. What's her name again? You spell it?
Elnaz Rakepi. I'll throw it in the.
Do it in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, guys. If there's any top 10s that we miss right now, forever hold your peace because they're about to
Let's
go
see.
in.
Let's the Arizona Wranglers from the IFL going 1-13 in their first season to winning the IFL title. in the
Oh, I got a
second.
good knot.
That's a pretty good
10.
one.
I got a good knot 10. The XFL logo redesigns. Terrible.
Oh God, what was the? I think it was the Roughnecks that had just the worst uniform.
The Houston Roughnecks, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think
no,
it was
the one
them.
that I think is the worst is the what is it? The Arlington ones. Because they had such a cool design the previous, and now it's just what, like this weird RAD.
Yes.
I don't like it.
What the
I miss the Bandit, the one that made it look like they were playing in Gotham City
Right.
in
Oh,
Batman
God,
Rise.
Can we all,
the Roughnecks one makes me sad.
can we all agree, or at least 2 or 3 agree that World Cup Finals is probably the number 1 moment?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. I think
Okay.
that was.
Uh,
I like how you were so
I
preachy
guess.
about soccer.
I guess.
And then
No,
the World
I'm gonna
Cup.
say I'm gonna say yes. It probably is the best.
we
moment
both
of
put
this past
that
year.
down. Or we all 3 did. Okay, what's our second moment? I honestly like Christian Pulisic.
That's
honestly,
a good one. Yeah.
Nuts for
It's up there.
America.
Nuts for America.
Busting a nut for America.
The
I'm just
only
gonna say
reason
nuts
why
for
I agree
America.
is because I feel like this year as a whole wasn't very monumentous in sports. Besides the World Cup, I like the Super Bowl wasn't great. NBA
was
playoffs
mid.
wasn't great.
I don't want to say the Super Bowl was bad. It was mid.
I said it wasn't great.
Yeah, that's true.
The
I'm
NBA
just gonna put
playoffs.
Pulisic steel hammer.
Pulisic steel hammer. The grapes weren't steel though. One of them grapes popped.
Did he lose a nut?
Oh, I think
Yeah.
it got better, but he was bleeding.
He actually
heavily.
said it was actually just abdominal. That's what they said.
Oh, he had blood in that region.
That sucks. Sean White, number 3.
You
Sean
think
White.
Sean White's up there?
Yeah.
Three?
For me, yeah, Sean White was like he defined that sport, and he was like the figurehead. Him and Michael Phelps were like they
we got
were
Sean
the
White.
Olympics for America.
Do we? I think the Russian tennis player Andrei Rublev is up there. I don't know where in top 10. I think that Elnaz Rikabi, or however you pronounce her last name, I think she's up there. I love Jackson Erdman, but I think he's out of the top 10.
Rats.
Zappers winning the championship.
That should be in the top 10.
It sucked as a Board 8 fan. But
Take yourself out of it for a second.
yeah.
Look
no,
at the Zappers
it's
side.
there.
0-4.
I
and
feel
going
like
on
that's
eight.
8. That's top 8.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's definitely not top 5. I don't. Let's not put that there.
Yeah, no,
but,
no,
like,
no, no, no. I've got that down the list right now.
8 feels.
We're making
good.
this as we go, guys.
Yeah.
What do you guys think up there in the chat? What are we talking? What are you thinking here?
Objectively, Freddie says the championship game, People's Championship, belongs up there. So I think that's definitely on there.
Do we think Albert Pujols makes that, or do we think your boy Judge makes it, or you take them out?
Nah.
Albert Pujols making 700 clubs is a big deal, but is it top 10?
I think
Nah,
it's more top
Georgia's
10 than
national
Aaron
championship
Judge.
is more-
Okay,
I think
wanna
Georgia
know.
National Championship is more top 10 than both of those.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
None of us said the Rams winning the Super Bowl.
No, it's because we don't care. Like Stafford getting one, happy for him. But like
That-
that's about it.
that's what I'm saying. Like this year, it felt like it wasn't very monumentous as far as like the Super Bowl, the NBA championship, because it was like that was a very lackluster Super Bowl, and then the Golden State Warriors won it again. Like it was nice to see Boston there, but was it though?
Yes, it was. It was.
It wasn't.
It was incredible to see this.
No, we don't want to see that.
I'm gonna say Christian Eriksen is up there, like number 9.
Number 9.
Yeah, that's all the time we have for today.
You don't think so? You don't think that Christian Eriksen deserves to be up there?
I think Albert Pujols is over
More
that.
than Christian Eriksen?
Yeah.
Returning and scoring on his first goal back after a cardiac arrest event?
Yeah, Albert Pujols. Or honestly, Aaron Judge also beats that. And we've just put both of those beneath the Georgia title game.
Okay, St. Peter's run.
That's pretty good. That was pretty historic.
Probably 4 or 5.
It's top 10 for sure. I don't know where. Is it better than it is better than the Georgia title game. I think
so. It's got to be number 6.
It's got to be yeah.
Which means that run was
historical.
All right, so here's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Number 1, World Cup final. Number 2, Pulisic, Stillhammer. Number 3, Shaun White. Number 4, I have a gap right there for now. Number 5, Russian tennis player Andrei Rublev writing "No War, Please." Number 6, St. Peter's run in the March Madness tournament. Number 7, Georgia beating Bama. Number 8, Zappers beating the Board Apes for the championship. Kentucky. Okay, so Steph Curry winning the MVP. Okay. Rich Strike, Kentucky Derby odds winner, 80-1 odds, overcoming that to win.
I still think Pujols is above those.
You want to know what I think is above all this?
Yeah.
I'm just going to put this out there now. And it's personal for me.
El Nas, I think, is number 4.
Freddie Freeman, when he returned to the Braves' Truist Park this year as a Dodger.
Ooh, that's good.
I think that was a top 10 because you could see it in his eyes.
You think that comes in at number 9?
I think that comes in at number 9 or 10, but I think it sneaks in there only
I'll
because
put it on there.
You saw how heartbroken he was to not still be a Brave. And he said it in many post-game things.
Yeah, that was really sad.
That's kind of a win because it's like, sometimes you see like into the psyche of these athletes.
So the only thing that we could think of right now,
I mean, I'm still gonna defend my vote for
here's our final things that can make the top 10 list.
Okay.
We said Steph Curry's out. Pujols is still up in the air. Judge is still up in the air. Rich Strike, Kentucky Derby, division. Kevontae Turpin signed with the Cowboys. That's a big moment for us. The Knights Apes game.
Nah.
The second one.
It's a great game, but
it's
no.
out. Great game, but I think it's out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, is the T.O. trade in itself top 10?
No, absolutely not.
That's a not top 10.
That's a not top 10.
That's a not top 10.
That's I don't care how much Makuga defends it. That trade was garbage.
That was I love the FCF. I'm a big proponent for FCF. I love.
All right, so out of what we said,
no.
You
Pujols, Kentucky Derby Judge.
What about Leah Thomas becoming the first known
Leah Thomas
D1 champion?
Leah Thomas is
That's
up there
top
for
10
sure.
in my mind because they're a champion and they're a trailblazer.
Yeah,
that's big.
You could say the same thing too for Boston Renegades.
Could say the same thing.
Those are both really good, man.
I give the edge to Thomas though.
AJ, what do you think? Do you throw Thomas on there?
I would say Turpin.
Turpin?
Yeah. Terp getting on there is like top 10 to me. Because he's going to the Pro Bowl.
I mean,
that's true.
Like, to put FCF on that level, I think is huge.
Okay. I'm always going to vote for representation. And I think both represent.
But,
I think the trans one represents a bit more. But
you're right.
I'm not
I'll
gonna argue.
I'll go with Kyle. He's right. Yeah. I agree.
So, are you saying Leah Thomas?
Yeah.
I definitely think it was a huge shakeup for sports. Either because no matter what side of the fence you're on, I think it made a big statement in sports.
Oh yeah.
No matter what, because there are a lot of people that say that she should have competed, with the men, and then there's a lot of people that say hey, we're all about equality, we're about inclusion. There's definitely huge points to both sides, and that was all people talked about for weeks.
Well, it was
And
funny.
to me,
Is
that
people...
to me is not just the event itself and the statement it makes, but I think just how it's talked about, and the kind of headlines it grabs, for how long it grabs headlines. I think that helps make it a top 10 moment for the year. On top of that,
what was funny about the comments and stuff is that they were all like, "Oh, well, of course she's going to dominate the women's." She didn't dominate the women's. She lost a lot of matches.
Right.
She's still an athlete, and athletes lose.
Right.
And then for her to win the championship, icing on the cake.
Yeah. Okay, I'm throwing that on there, and then I will share this over, and then we are gonna close up.
Woo!
Almost done. I just love that I changed the name to Pulisic Steelhammer. That's what we're calling it. It's amazing. To win national title. That'd be what you say. Stat for Thomas. Becomes first known to win national title.
First becomes known as the first transgender athlete to win the D1 champion in swimming.
D1. But it's the first national title in general, not in any sport, right?
Yeah, in any sport.
Yeah, I just want
the first openly transgender athlete to win an NCAA D1 national
title
championship
in D1 sports.
Yep.
Okay. There you have it. I'm going to try to make this look nice and pretty too, so if you guys want to share it, you're welcome to.
Nice.
All right. Download. I'm popping this over in Discord for everybody, including you, Afro, behind the scenes. Give a shout out to our man Afro every week, running everything, pushing all the buttons, making everything pop back there. Dude, we're so appreciative of you. Awesome. All right, guys, don't forget, you guys can catch us here each and every Tuesday. We are back for the remainder of season. We've got some more 3.0 updates coming soon. You guys will be able to hear about as we get closer and closer to the season. We've got hoops coming this year. And then also on top of all of that, you guys can listen to the Freddy Stat Go podcast each and every week on all of your podcast listening services. You guys can listen to this show on podcast listening services or check us out on YouTube. You can also watch the one and only AJ King Caw take on his arch nemesis, Jose Ruckus, on Don't Cause a Ruckus every Wednesday. And then Thursday, don't forget to check out the Fan Controlled Show. They are supposed to be back this week, I believe. So make sure you guys tune in and check that out. There it is, our 2022 in review. World Cup Finals, Pulisic Steelhammer, Sean White, Elnaz Rikababi. I said Ricky Bobby. That's funny. Russian tennis player, Andrei Raylev. St. Peter's Run NCAA March Madness tournament. Georgia beats Bama for the Natty. Zappers as champions over the Board Apes. Freddie Freeman returns to Atlanta, and Leah Thomas. So that was our top 10. You guys helped us make it. Sweet. You guys did it. That was it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. And until next time, we will see you guys right back here on Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment. Till next time, deuces. See ya.